Genshin Impact Update 2.0 has finally been released. Amazon assures its fans that New World is safe to play. Fallout 76 is adding customizable private servers. Blade and Soul 2 is confirmed to be coming out this year. Final Fantasy XIV director dislikes being called the WoW killer. Black Desert Online receives its first dungeon. And my cousin wants to let you know about a stupid movie. Hello everyone, my name is Solomon SK for Coffee and RPGs, where we cover the latest news, trends, and updates for the RPG gaming genre, including MMOs, JRPGs, online, survival, and the like. If you guys got your cup ready with your beverage of choice, I'm drinking coffee as always. Let's go ahead and cover these articles together. Cheers to you guys.
Consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification right next to it. Thank you.
So first thing is first, as always, we'll be going over the quick news and headlines. These are the articles that don't really necessarily require a whole lot of attention to detail. And first up here from Gematsu.com, Genshin Impact version 2.0 update is now available. And as I said before in a previous video, it adds a new zone called Inazuma, as well as other playable characters such as Ayaka, Yoyima, Seiyu, new equipment, new systems, new events, new quests, and all that stuff. And yeah, it's pretty exciting actually. And next from PCGamer.com, we have an article here that says New World Beta hits 190,000 concurrent players on Steam, and this is really good news in my opinion. I just really hope that Amazon is able to continue this momentum and just keep growing the game. Hope the user base also continues to grow as well, but we all know that MMOs tend to kind of taper off after the first month, but again, anything is possible, right? And from MMORPG.com, Elder Scrolls Online introduces Lucilla yeah, that ahead of the Waking Flame DLC. And going back to talking about the New World, Amazon assures fans that the New World is safe to play in wake of high-end GPU failures when playing the beta. Now, a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon, so to speak, and blaming Amazon for this, but it turns out that maybe VGA is kind of responsible for the failure too, because it's only affecting their cards, and they've already taken steps to kind of compensate those who are struggling with this issue. And again, this is with the EVGA made 3090 series, unfortunately, but yeah, link to this will be down in the pinned comment section below if you or somebody you know might be affected by this. Next, we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order developer, which is Respawn Entertainment, and they are hiring for a brand new single-player adventure. Now, will this be another Titanfall game? Will this be another Jedi Fallen Order game? I don't know, but it's pretty exciting. I think they are a pretty cool developer, minus the whole controversy with the Titanfall hacks, unfortunately, but anyways, that's a different story. Next, we got Chernobylite, which will be released for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on September 2nd. Also, remember that the PC version of this game, including the Steam, Epic Game Store, and the GOG versions of this game, will be exiting early access on July 28th. Now, this is an article that I really wanted to put in the later half of this video and really get into it, but unfortunately, we really don't have a whole lot of information, and it says here that Skull and Bones has passed alpha according to Ubisoft's statement and report on the game's troubled development. Now, this is definitely one of the games that I'm looking forward to, just because we haven't seen a really good pirate game on this scale with this much detail and gameplay and PvP, and just, yeah, it looks like a really awesome version of Sea of Thieves, but just prettier and more detailed, or more realistic in any case. But anyways, many of you may already have been playing this, but it says here that Doodle Champion Island Games is a fun JRPG minigame adventure, and yes, this is the game that you actually play when you go to google.com and just click on the little logo, whatever they call it. I forgot what they call those, but I actually did end up playing it for about 5 minutes. It was pretty charming rather. Really fun, but yeah, play this game, just go to google.com. Next, we got GTA Online, and they received an update called Los Santos Tuners, and it's exactly how it sounds. They actually added LS Car Meet Club as well as a social space for this one. Now, we have a really interesting article here, and it says here that Star Wars Galaxies devs discuss why it died. Now, I actually did read through this article, and there doesn't seem to be one reason. Rather, it's just been a slow progression of just bad decisions. But if you really want to check out this article and see what the devs think about the game and why it died, definitely check out the pinned comment section below for a link to this article. And by the way, I know most of you know this already, but there is a rogue server up for this if you're feeling a little nostalgic. Next, we got Starbase hitting the Steam early access on July 29th. And remember, this is the voxel and vortex based space MMO, and so if you're looking for something that looks like Minecraft but with a space twist, well, you got something to look forward to. Next, we got Assassin's Creed Valhalla Siege of Paris that could be launching in August. And again, this is a rumor, so take this with a grain of salt as well. But if the rumors are true, apparently it is going to be released on August 5th of this year. And to those of you who like Genshin Impact, but also like Horizon Dawn, well, you're getting a crossover event where you could actually get Aloy, I forgot how to pronounce her name, as a free 5-star character. And in more Genshin Impact news, man, we got a lot of Genshin Impact news this time around. Genshin Impact Update 2.1 teasers has been released, showcasing Raiden, Shogun, Kokomi, and Kujusera. And according to this article, they are 2 new Electro users as well as a Hydro user as well. I can't help but to think they probably took some inspiration from Tales of Arise with this one, as she pulls a sword out of her chest. Maybe some other JRPG did that before Tales of Arise, but I haven't seen it until then. But anyways, and next we got Fallout 76, and they are adding customizable private servers for Fallout for subscribers. And really quick, it says here that Bethesda's announced a new set of features called Fallout Worlds. Starting in September, players with private servers will be able to customize their experience and choose their own server rules. And not necessarily RPG news, but I had to cover it here anyways because it involves mecha, and you guys know that I love mecha games. It says here from MMOculture.com that Battle Steed Gunma is a game made by Mgame, which is a 6v6 mecha shooter for the global market. Kind of has some similarities with MechWarrior Online, but a little bit more action-packed, kind of a little bit of that Eastern JRPG feel to it, more or less. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about this one. And next we have something here that my cousin wanted you guys to know, or wanted me to tell you guys, that there's a Monster Hunter movie that I did cover a little bit, and apparently it really sucks. So save your $5 or $10 on renting it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, there. Are you happy, bro? Anyways, moving on to the second part of our video, and these are the main stories that we will go over for this week. And the first one here comes from MMOculture.com, and it says here that Blade and Soul 2 has been confirmed by NCSoft and will launch for the MMORPG prequel. And as always, I do have the trailer playing above me, and admittedly, it actually looks pretty cool, even if it is a mobile title. Not excited about that, but there is some saving grace, if you will, as Blade and Soul 2 will be playable via Purple as well, which is NCSoft's PC emulator software for its own mobile games. Now, that's not to say that all mobile games are going to be PC games by default, but I really do appreciate that they actually optimize their mobile games for the PC through their Purple software, because even though I do use BlueStacks and it's a pretty good emulator, there's still some lag issues, some latency issues and whatnot, but it's still a really good emulator. I'll definitely have to check this out just because I'm a huge Blade and Soul fan, even though I haven't played it in a really long time, unfortunately. But it did leave a lasting impression in my mind, and I can't wait to get back, especially now that Blade and Soul will be overhauled with a new graphics engine. Next, we head on over to Destructoid.com, and unfortunately, we got some bad news for all the Path of Exile fans out there, as it says here that Path of Exile is nerfing everything, and players are pretty unhappy. And if you actually take a look at the comment section below for this article, yeah, there are a lot of angry people. Now, as for why they're doing this, well, it does go on to say that the developers over at Grinding Gear Games said that this league would shake up the meta of Path of Exiles and expect a lot of nerfs because of that. Apparently, they also released the Balance Manifesto, which is like this long list of things that they wanted to change the game to, again, fill the goal of changing up the meta. And just really quick, some of the changes will involve mana, and that players will absolutely be more mana starved. Utility flasks has also been changed, and it goes on to say here that their uptime has been reduced in most cases, and the effectiveness of many mods has also been slashed. And people are leaving really long paragraphs, or novels in this case, expressing their displeasure in all these changes. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, if you do play Path of Exile, let me know some of the frustrations that you guys are going through, especially after these changes. And next, we got an article here from MMORPG.com, and it says here that Swords of Legends Online stream shows off first post-launch raid, new summer events, and battle pass launches today. And by today, I mean a few days ago as of recording of this video. It also gives players the chance to win some cosmetic swimwear as well, which is always really nice. And as I said before, this update also contains the battle pass system, which will run between now and the 2nd of September. The pass will give players cosmetic items as you complete the pass, which is done through dungeons, PvP battles, and other in-game activities. And lastly, a new raid has been also introduced in this update, and it sees players teaming up to take down 6 bosses and earn loot to kit out your immortal in the best gear possible. Next, from GamesRadar.com, we got an article here that says a Final Fantasy XIV director dislikes claims that it's beaten World of Warcraft. And this is none other than Yoshida himself. And it says here that the Final Fantasy XIV team held a mammoth 14-hour live stream, and in it, a portion of it was recorded and translated where he says, Blizzard is definitely aware of this, but without World of Warcraft, a Realm Reborn wouldn't exist, said Final Fantasy game director Yoshida. Our goal was to recreate a Final Fantasy version of WoW, so saying that we won or lost to WoW is off base to start with because they were the game we aspired to be. You know what? I could get behind that. I really like how he's not trying to stir up some controversy or some sort of adversarial fight, if you will, between the two companies and whatnot. I really appreciate his approach to this and giving respect to the game that pretty much started it all, if you ask me. Yes, I know they weren't the first ones to do it. WoW was not the first MMO, even though that meme is kind of funny even to this day. But it does go on to say that the hard work we've been putting into Final Fantasy XIV did pay off, but this whole conversation about surpassing WoW is the wrong conversation to have, and it's honestly irritating, as he continued. And next we got an article here from Genmatsu.com, and it says here that Nexon Korea announces looter shooter called Project Magnum for consoles and the PC. And really quick before I move on, there's a comment here which I totally relate to. He goes by the name of I identify as a loaf of bread, which is that's anyways, he said, I read that as North Korea announces shooter project, and I had to do a double take. I did the same thing. I'm like, North Korea? Oh. Now, we actually don't know a whole lot about this game, unfortunately, but I'm actually kind of excited about this one because as far as I can tell, the looter shooters has been dominated by the American and European markets. As far as I can tell, there really hasn't been a looter shooter from the Eastern side of things that has been drastically popular. But if you can think of any, definitely let me know, because I can't think of any off the top of my head. All the popular ones seems to be the Outriders, the Division series, you got Destiny, Borderlands and whatnot, and yeah, as far as I can tell, those are all Western companies. But anyways, it does go on to say that it will present beautiful visuals, and I think that's kind of a given. If there's one criticism about Eastern games, especially Korean games, is that they tend to be a little bit more beautiful than they should when lacking in everything else. I think I think that's a pretty valid criticism, generally speaking. But anyways, it does go on to say, yeah, it will present beautiful visuals and attractive and unique characters based in a science fiction style player versus environment worldview. And so I don't necessarily know if that means they're going to have unique heroes, very similar to what you see in Valorant and Overwatch, but in a looter shooter setting and whatnot. But yeah, the possibilities are endless in my opinion, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted as we get more information. Next, we got an article here from MMORPG.com again, and it says here that indie MMO TitanReach's early access will be free to play. Backers will receive in-game items as a thank you for purchasing. Now, admittedly, this is an MMO that I am interested in playing, as they actually commented in one of my videos, and I thought that was really cool of them to do so. But I will admit, this next part is a little baffling to me, because you could actually pre-purchase the game now, but when it actually does go into early access, you can't purchase the game anymore. So if you want those goodies, you actually have to buy it before you even play it. So I don't want to rub anyone off the wrong way, but that kind of seems a little not so great, to put it mildly. In my opinion, I just thought, hey, why not just have that pre-purchase option available throughout the early access and just let people purchase it if they really like what they are playing in early access. But the heck do I know? I'm not a business developer or anything like that. So anyways, moving on. And lastly, we got the thumbnail news article for the day. And today we got Black Desert's first co-op dungeon that launched today. And again, this is a few days ago as of recording of this video. And I don't even know how to pronounce the dungeon's name. Atoraxxion. The one thing that I really dislike about Black Desert Online is that they have these names that is just very difficult to pronounce, admittedly. Not just one or two, but like a lot. But anyways, I still love the game, don't get me wrong. During this event, you'll be able to redeem various coupons, which provide you with several items to help you prepare for this new dungeon. Don't ask me how to pronounce it. I'll get it down one of these days, I promise. These new items include enhancement scrolls, premium elixir boxes, crystal extraction tools, and more. Matter of fact, if you head on over to their official page, which I will have a link down in the pinned comment section below, as always, you can actually take a look at this at their announcement page. which says get ready for Atora. I'll just call it Atora. And yeah, you actually have these coupon codes that you could actually implement into your account, and you actually get all these rewards as well. But it does go on to say that the dungeon will feature an extensive main quest, which you can play through for up to 4 other players. However, there are certain requirements that you have to get through, as it says here that you and your friends will need to fulfill some minimum requirements before you all can hop into the dungeon. This includes a minimal level of level 57 and higher. Additionally, you'll need to have completed either Secession or the Awakening quest lines. And lastly, the information that everybody wants to know, it says here that Pearl Abyss also provided some details on recommended stats for diving into this new dungeon. For example, for Elvia's servers, the team is recommending AP level of 280 and a DP level of 340. As for the regular servers, these recommendations include an AP of 250 and a DP of 300. And that concludes today's episode of MMO and RPG news, and I really do appreciate if you made it with me so far, as the watch time significantly helps with the algorithms. It is my goal to try to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year, so if you feel as though I have earned your subscription, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification icon right next to it, and I again would greatly appreciate that. Anyways, everyone, I will finally let you guys go. Hope you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.